Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I'm Ryan Bolin. Thank you all for joining me. So, pop singer, let me get this straight for people who know these people real well. Azelia Banks and Erykah Badu are going off on Beyonce's new album cover called Cowboy Carter. And why they're going off? They're going off on Beyonce for this because, according to what I'm about to read here, they state that her album cover is too patriotic. It's too reflective of American pride and American. That's a problem for them. And they also are going off on Beyonce because Beyonce, according to these two individual musicians, is elevating whiteness. She's making white people look good. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is basically what they're saying. They're mad at her because she's too. They think this album cover is being too American. So let's get right into this article. Let me put out here first and foremost. I have never listened to Azelia Banks' music or any of that. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right, but these people, these celebrities and these singers today, I just ain't really into. For Erykah Badu, I have heard about her. I think I heard one or two of her songs, but I do hear that she's very talented, or was at one point very talented, and she kind of slipped off the radar for a while and then came back. But whatever the case is, these two are really getting upset with Beyonce's new album cover. I mean, she's just being too pro-American, right? Now, my only reason in doing this article before I start is because of their racist rhetoric. That's basically why I'm doing it. It's in no way attacking their music or attacking their lyrics or even attacking them as individuals. I'm just attacking what they're pushing here, okay? So let's get right into this. Rapper Azelia Banks and singer Erykah Badu attacked Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album cover, which featured patriotic imagery, calling the pop star, quote, white-once, wow, and accusing her of being, quote, in white women cosplay and reinforcing false pro-USA rhetoric. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, you're going to find this out, right? When you hear what they have to say about being pro-USA, you're gonna be like, really? Beyonce posted the cover of her upcoming album, Cowboy Carter, to her Instagram account on Tuesday and quickly fell under attack for appearing to be too patriotic. And if you read the article on Breitbart News, there is an image of Beyonce sitting on a white horse, carrying some type of, let me see, sitting on a white horse and holding a huge American flag in her left hand. She's wearing a cowboy hat, and she has this drape over her shoulder, draped over here, called Cowboy Carter, and some blue and white attire. Okay, but whatever case is, her holding this flag is a problem for them. I see right out the back. I can see where they have a problem with it. See, let me go on. Let me just read some of this stuff, man, before I start going off, right? But apparently, she says, I'm kind of ashamed of how you switched from Baobab trees. What the heck is that? I don't even know how that's. Pronounce that from Baobab. What the heck is he talking about? Anyway, trees and Black Parade to this literal pick-me-up stuff, Banks reacted, referring to the Grammy Award-winning single from the Lion King, the Gift soundtrack that Beyonce executive produced in 2019, according to a report by Billboard. I never knew anything about that. Banks also referred to Beyonce as white-once and accused her of being in, quote, white women cosplay and reinforced the false rhetoric that country music is a post-Civil War white art form. Wow. Let's see what you have to say. Like you do lame stuff like bring out some blacklisted white women, Dixie Chicks, at the Country Music Awards, and they would never, ever do the same for you, the rapper wrote, referring to Beyonce's 2016 CMA Awards performance with the Dixie Chicks. Banks' tirade tirade continued, you are always sharing your platform with white women who are so jealous of you, but have such a long history of sabotaging other black women's careers. Oh my God. There was so much pertinent cultural commentary to be made here. I don't get why you have to be in a white woman cosplay to make what's really folks, bluegrass, adult, contemporary, whatever, country music. Like you had a phonics coach and aced the viol placements and twanged to the lyrical and melody phrasing that is the backbone of contemporary Confederate romanticism in a song. What the heck is these people even talking about? They talk stupid. I know I'm not the greatest speaker, but my goodness, I try to make sense. What did they even be talking about? The left, far left radical liberalism messes people's brains up, in my opinion. It just, when I with the far left, those that are far to the far left, and these people, these two appear to be, your mind just twisted. It messes your brain cells up because you can't even talk straight. I don't understand half the stuff they're saying. Which someone would ask, well, how can you make a comment on it? I can make a comment on it of just how foolish they sound. That's how I can make a comment on it. You're reinforcing the false rhetoric that country music is a post-Civil War right art form. First, they're claiming it's false, right? And subsequently reinforcing the idea that there's no racism, segregation, slavery, violence, theft, massacres, plagues, manifest destiny, craziness that form the bedrock, like proud to be an American or God bless the USA Banks claim. And from what I understand, Azelia Banks is kind of like light-skinned, isn't she? From what I understand, light-skinned, but she's just so pro-black, right? Well, many, many decades ago, the people, black people, dark-skinned black people would have hated on you if she's light-skinned, from what I can understand. While she's talking all this black nonsense. The luxury rapper also took a shot at Beyonce's album title, writing, "Wow, we didn't even try to put even a little effort into a more artistic title." Erykah Badu also reacted to Beyonce's album, calling on the pop star's husband, rapper Jay-Z, to intervene. To Jay-Z, say something. She says, to Jay-Z, say something, Jay. You gonna let this woman and these bees do this to you? Badu wrote in the Wednesday X post. Wow. It remains unclear exactly what Badu was referring to in the article. Just want to make a few comments here on this stuff. I'm only making a comment for one because it's politically motivated and it's entertaining to hear people like this actually talk. But yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This to me shows just how brainwashed these two so-called musicians, if you want to call them that, are. It just shows me how brainwashed they actually are to attack Beyonce's the cover of her album. They haven't even bothered to listen to the songs. We just want to attack the cover of the album. And I think what triggered them was, as I mentioned earlier, the American flag, this huge American flag that Beyonce is holding in her left hand while she's sitting mounted on a white horse. That had to have triggered them, right? But it's crazy to me how these two musicians have benefited from American capitalism and are free to make whatever kind of songs they want to make without any real intervention from the government, right? Especially if it's not promoting Americanism, right? If it's not promoting American values, if not, you're probably not going to hear anything from the government. From what I can understand from some of Badu's music and Banks' music, it wasn't necessarily pro-American, right? They benefited from American capitalism, making all this money and so forth, selling their albums, free to do so. But yet here, Beyonce merely has a cover with showing American symbolism that triggered them to the point where they had to go off on her and then try to chime in and get Jay-Z to say something to her. Clearly, Jay-Z is fully aware of this album cover. Clearly, he's fully aware of it. And if he wanted to say something, he probably would have said something, okay? I'm going to assume that they had the album cover this way because if it's supposed to be, from what I understand, and correct me in the comment box below, if it is supposed to be a country album, then you want to at least be appealing to that mass, to that market. Okay. Now, I don't know how pro-American country music is. I don't know about how pro-American or anti-American or whatever. I'm not going to get into all that because I don't have any adequate information on that. But the point is that it seems to me that the artwork on the cover of this album is trying to appeal to that market, or at least trying to not offend that market, because this is a Beyonce album cover. Okay. And everybody in the country music industry, I'm pretty sure, have heard of her music and probably are not necessarily liking her music or have liked her music per se. Okay. And so they're probably like, I'm not really into this, because she already was rejected to some extent with the song she put out before. So it seems apparent to me that when she promoted this imagery on the album, that she was trying to, with the help of Jay-Z and perhaps others, not to offend this group, to make it more acceptable to them. That makes sense if you're trying to market an album in a particular field where you're known for another kind of genre. Well, Beyonce's music, as well as her imagery, is known for being sexually provocative. It would make sense not to put an image on there that promotes any type of sexual innuendos. It makes sense to put that kind of imagery on there. What it seems to be communicating to the country music industry is that, hey, man, we're not here to try to offend you guys. Now, I'm not taking up for Beyonce, whatever, but I'm just trying to show you perhaps the marketing goal here. The marketeers are using their brain. We're trying to appeal, it seems to me, to a market that we're trying not to offend. So let us put this pro-American patriotic imagery on here. It's not necessarily saying country music is pro-American and patriotic necessarily, but it does allude or suggest that country music, by and large, is not the same as pop music and R&B music of today. Let's be real. Pop music of today, in my opinion, from the stuff that I have been hearing, stinks. It's nasty. It's satanic. The lyrics are sexually exploitive. And I've already talked about Beyonce and how sexually provocative her songs have been. Okay. And all kinds of stuff. Okay. We're not going to even get into that. Okay. And this is not an attack against her as a person, because that's a whole nother video. Okay. I'm not going to speak on her. I don't know nothing about that woman. I don't know her. All I'm talking about is the music and the imagery that's pushed. Yeah. That's what I think this is all about. And for Miss Banks and Badu to be getting all upset about this is totally taking it out of way out in the left atmosphere somewhere. You're just going way out to the left. And let me say this too before I start summing this up. It's interesting. It always seems to be the case that the left tends to chew up the left whenever the left starts doing things that remotely indicate something on the right or conservative. Yeah, because from what I understand, Beyonce and Jay-Z, rich as they are, capitalist as they are, they represent and support the Democratic Party and the liberal establishment. And so does Erykah Badu, from what I understand, and Azelia Banks. Very few pop celebrities today represent the conservative values. Very few. So both of them representing the left, from what I understand. I know Beyonce and Jay-Z does. I'm pretty sure Banks and Badu are the same, because clearly they've said it in the comments they've made about Beyonce's new album cover. But the minute you start promoting something, or at least preparing to promote something that has anything that remotely resembles conservative values, they'll jump all over you. They'll try to destroy you, shame you, cancel you, whatever possible way. It just shows you just how little Erykah Badu and Miss Banks really understand about marketing. It shows you they simply don't know nothing about marketing. Clearly, the way I see it, this is a marketing ploy. We're trying to reach people here in a way that would not offend them. Simple, plain and simple, so that we can be accepted. What the motives may be when they try in making and creating this album, I have no clue. Well, let me take that back. I do have kind of a clue, but that's another video. I'm not going to talk about that here. Okay, so yeah, that's what I had to say there. These people, they're way off. They're brainwashed. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea about marketing and how to reach certain groups of people. They have no idea. All right, but that's what I had to say about that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.